What's going on, guys? Chad back with you here, and today is very exciting because we've got a firmware update for the Mavic Pro that says that it adds support for the DJI goggles, which that combined with one other little tip of evidence that I have makes me feel certain that the goggles are going to ship on time. I purchased my goggles using DJI's Affirm financing, and I got the confirmation saying that it was ready to start being billed. So that basically means that they should be shipping here shortly, in my opinion. So let's update this firmware on the Mavic and see how that goes. If you haven't been through a firmware update, basically you just turn everything on. It's going to run through and connect to the internet, and it's going to pop up with the red message saying that there is an update available. We are going to press that and click download now. The controller, of course, is buried underneath the iPad Pro 9.7. I'm using a really awesome new tablet mount that I'm going to do a separate review on because I think a lot of you are going to love it. So this is downloading. The Mavic's powered up on a flat surface, completely opened up. My cat is looking at it. Everything is at full power and it is going to update. So we'll be back when this update is complete. So during this process, the Mavic and the controller are going to reboot a few times. The lights are going to flash. It's probably going to take about 10 to 15 minutes usually. So don't be alarmed. Sometimes they do get hung up and you have to restart, but that seems to happen a little less often now. So let's give this here a few more minutes and we'll take a look at it. Alright, so there's what we want to see. Update complete. So we're going to click on OK. And we are going to shut everything down. So we're going to shut that down. We're going to kill the DJI Go 4 app. And we're going to shut off the remote. Now at this time, if you have extra batteries for the Mavic, you're going to want to take this one that you just upgraded off and put the next one on and restart. I'm going to skip that for right now, just because I can, and for time's sake. And we'll reboot everything here. This time we should get our little blue message here that says that the firmware is all updated and all that good stuff. And we're good. So now we're going to press on the Go Fly button. And there I am.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Now it's always important after you get done doing a firmware update to go through and check all of your settings, like return to home and everything, and make sure that all that is still good, which it does look good. Then I like looking at my sensors. So we click on advanced setting and then sensors, and we can see that the IMU is still pretty good. Typically I want my accelerometer to be less than 5,000, 0.005. It's at 0.006 and 0.004. The gyro compass, of course, is going to be off because we're inside, but hey, that's a pretty good compass for being in the house with all the interference and everything like that. So that looks about it. Just want to go through again and just make sure that everything is all set up and looking good. Make sure your gimbal settings and everything are still the way that they were when you left. Everything is good. So the next thing to do is just take this thing out for a test flight and see how it goes. So this is just some test footage that I was outside shooting after I did the firmware update, just making sure that everything is flying good and the video is working, no disconnect issues. You always want to fly in a nice confined space, so I just flew here in my yard, admiring all the mulch that I have to do and everything else. I was also playing around with some ND filters. Here I'm testing out the obstacle avoidance system and trying to get one of our cats' attention, but he decided to lay down and oh, there he sees it now. So yeah, I was saying I was playing with some ND filters too. I had a little bit too aggressive of a filter on, so you can see some added noise, especially in the dark areas, the black of the car. But the colors look good. The color on the Japanese maple looks really nice. I was zooming through the footage and everything, and the footage looks pretty smooth too. You know, I exclusively shoot 2.7K at 30 frames a second on the Mavic now, just because I think that gives the smoothest footage that there is. And it's a good compromise. You can see there's nice blur in the grass with the camera. Even at ISO 800, I was running at around 80 frames a second on the shutter speed. So that's gonna be about it. Everything's working good here. And I guess we're just going to be waiting on the goggles to get here. It sounds like they're going to be here soon, just because of, like I said, the update now. And then I got my confirmation that my order was processed. So, and I placed my order within the first hour that they were available. So hopefully I will have one of the first videos of a normal consumer that doesn't get free products or test products from DJI on the channel. So consider subscribing. Check on the little autoplay button. I got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Gonna do a review on that tablet mount. These cheap newer filters that I got, 4-pack for 30 bucks off Amazon. They seem to look pretty good to me so far. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.